we just got to realize it with our intentions, because we're not trying to say I love you, like they programmed us to say I love you to people, I love you, and then you go find out in reverse it's we will die. Like, I'm not trying to say that to anybody now. I'm not trying to tell anybody I love them. I love you. I'm not trying to say any of that stuff. And if you go and see that a lot of these things that we've been programmed and taught, just like you were just speaking about, like, it's all been programmed from day one. So these people don't understand, and they're just confused because of it. And I know that's why we make videos. We got to point this shit out.
Yeah. So I started reversing like phrases that are associated with money. I took every phrase I could find that dealt with money, and I reversed it, and I published a video for each one that I did. And at the same time, I started accepting for value bills that I was receiving in the mail. And I'll get into that in a second here. Okay. But it was important for me to do the reverse speech on anything. I mean, you can reverse any message.
That's how you get the intention.
It doesn't have to be about money. I just did that to keep it yeah, that was kind of like what I've been focusing on for many, many months, is to find a way to have access to resources, but not be subject to bondage of time and money. Like, that's what our intent is. That's what all of our intent are.
That's right.
But how do you do it? No one's told us, or no one will tell you. Really, you have to figure it out for yourself. So you have to devalue time and money. Stop celebrating holidays. Stop thinking about food in relation to time, because what do people say? It's breakfast time.
Exactly.
It's lunch time. It's dinner time. It's snack time.
It's always something. Yeah, time is God.
How time is literally woven in. It's right. Time is woven into literally everything.
It is. Yeah, and it's like we've been programmed. Like, just like when you go to school.
Why don't we just sleep when we're tired? Why is there a time?
These are questions people have to ask themselves, because they don't even know why they're here, or what they're doing.
There's these institutions that keep there's institutions, and there's systems out there that are in place to continue to reinforce time. So if you work, you're going to be dealing with time, because that is how they pay you, and that is how they recognize your worth, is your time. Okay, so you have to be careful if you're working and you're trying to get rid of time and money. You have to be careful that you don't fall victim to the spell of time and money. Okay, I'm not saying you need to quit your job necessarily. You might want to, but I'm not saying you need to do that. You just need to understand that, the concept of the days and the hours, it's all a spell that's been put on you. They don't actually exist. You actually don't you don't live in this 24-hour space. It doesn't exist. It's all an illusion. Okay.
True.
So what I realized was, when I stopped working, and that was just what I did. I'm not suggesting that everybody needs to do that, but I stopped working. I was making a lot of money, and I no longer have an income. And I realized that my reality was being created through working, because working was like the center of what I was doing. It seemed to dominate everything, right? It was the center. And if that's where you find yourself, it's important to realize that that's not what you're here to do. You're not here to necessarily just work, right?
Right.
and make money.
That just doesn't make any sense.
If you say the words,
that doesn't even make any you know, to me, Lindsay, to me, obviously, because I put my blood up, but you know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you're not just here to work and get old. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
You're not here for that. And you're not here for that. You have a greater purpose. And
thank you.
Everything around you, including work, school, or church, or even family members, okay? Because chances are they're not here to bring forth heaven on earth. If you have family members that are here to bring forth heaven on earth, I'm not talking about them.
They'd be pointing this out. They'd be making videos right along with us. Yeah.
But family members, school, church, and all those, and work are the very things that continue to reinforce time and money on you. And you're going to think that it's the driving force of this world, that's what you've got to do, and you can't get out of it. But it owns you, okay? You have no control over your own life.
No.
You don't even have control over what you do in your life if you're under that spell. And it's a spell because money is an illusion and time is an illusion.
That's right.
Okay? So time and money is essentially control. Now, you have to figure out that you need to get to the center, because when you're at the center, okay, you're the center of the universe. When you are at the center, now you control and you have the ability to decide what you're going to do, how you're going to use your energy, okay? And chances are, when you're at the center, chances are you're not going to choose to be a slave, okay? I don't think anybody would ever choose that.
No.
Right?
No, you're right.
So money is fine. Now I want to talk about this other aspect of money, because a lot of people think of money in terms of the economy. Okay, how many times do you hear about the economy? And how many times do you hear about Wall Street, or the value of money, or all these sorts of things, right? But have you ever been able to observe the economy? Have you been able to observe the stock market for yourself?
Not only that, but yeah.
Do these things even truly exist?
No, they don't. And that's awesome. You're explaining them the way you are, right? Because, you know, it's like, even though everybody's been conditioned to believe all these fake things and accept all these fake things, you know, like, they still can't even see past this as it being fake and, you know, working against it, because really it's not even real, you know? You just have to realize it. It's all a program.
Exactly.
You've been programmed. Exactly right. You've been bamboozled.
Exactly. You've been, and you're trapped in the time, money, and it plays off each other, and you don't have enough time and you don't have enough money. If you're in that trap, you've got to figure a way out. And here is what's important to learn, is that the economy is always presented to you in a global perspective. Well, hello, there is no globe, right? There's no globe.
Right.
We don't live on a spinning ball.
No.
If we don't live on a spinning ball, how can there even be a global economy?
Exactly. Because everything's like kind of programmed that way, you know, just like time and money.
It starts with the word.
It's all been programmed on us.
This is all about words. So what I'm trying to say is, think of money as in your control, okay? You have access to it, and you don't have to think about it in terms of the entire world, okay? Whatever that means to you. And a lot of people think of it in terms of how the news is going to present the economy. and the state of the economy, right?
Yeah.
And when you listen to the news and you follow current events, you're going to be programmed with a false message that basically puts you into fear and causes you to go and put yourself right back in time and money, the trap of time and money. Okay, so the globe and the economy and all that, again, it's a fabrication. It's been fabricated so that everybody feels that there's this global thing going on. Now, it's more like you are at the center of the universe, but we're also, in a collective consciousness. We're all here together, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's more of a truer representation of what's going on in this reality than the global economy. Okay. So we're here to get rid of bondage. If we're here to get rid of time and money, you have to figure out a way to control the money that's coming into you or that you have access to so that you own it instead of it owning you.
Exactly.
So, okay. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes total sense to me. Because most people could never think they could work against this, but you really can.
The topic I want to get into.
Sure. Right.
I mean, if you're following the news, you've got to remember, it's a very dangerous exercise to follow current events. I will occasionally check a news feed, but it's for comedy, okay? I'm laughing my ass off.
Right, I hear you.
Right? It's comedy. Everything is scripted and fake. So if you're following current events and you're following the news and you believe that that's going to happen, you're creating it to happen.
It's funny all the crazy shit they will believe, but they won't believe that they're actually living gods and goddesses, you know? People need to realize they're living gods and goddesses. They don't even realize it, you know? And time and money is the reason for it. They need to start addressing themselves as gods and goddesses. They're living, you know? Put your blood up. Show proof of life on the Ethernet.
And once you put your blood up, you're going to start to see things, but you have to constantly, and exactly. And once you do that, that's not all you do, and then it's over.
No.
I mean, you have so much work to do.
You're going to start uncovering
viruses that have been running your life.
That's why Mark says it's going to take you years to catch up.
It's going to take you years to catch up because there's so much virus running through you. And if you're still running around saying, I don't have time and I don't have money, guess what? That virus has got a grip on you. Okay? So it's something, it's telling you, it's not something to be afraid of. It's telling you, get rid of it. You know, and virus needs a host. You're the host. You're running around saying, I don't have enough, but it doesn't even exist.
Exactly. Yep.
So the reason it's fake is because, and I know this from personal experience, because I haven't paid a bill for months and nothing, you know, I have electricity, I have heat and cooling, I have access to food, I have water, I have shelter, okay? But I am not paying, you know, credit card bills or any bill that comes from a corporation. I'm not paying them with money, okay? I've done this with accepted for value, okay? And accepted for value is essentially a remedy. It's a lawful remedy. It's a valid transaction. You should do research on it. You should look it up. It's called accepted for value.